It's Freestyle Friday!
Coming in hot with quick shots of inspiration on a variety of topics.
We are so thrilled to be here today talking with you all about something that was kind of heavy on our hearts the past few days. And we thought that this would be a really fun topic to bring to Getting Magnetic.
Mm-hmm. And I almost think it was born from more like, so first you want to introduce the topic?
Yes. So today's topic is, how would you live, or what would you do on your last day alive?
If tomorrow was your last day, like what would you do? Sandy said, like, let's talk about that. And I was like, because it
feels
felt so like
heavy.
I got like emotions run through my body, but I think it was probably a result of the last few days. We've both acknowledged, like we were just talking before this, we haven't lived the last few days with that mindset of like, we got to cherish life. Like, what if tomorrow was our last day? What would we do? Would we be happy? Would we be proud? Would we be whatever that is? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times these topics come from things that we're either working on or working through or looking to implement in our life. Like, there's a great saying, if you don't know it, teach it. And so if you don't know it, just learn it and start to talk about it and teach it. And so that was, Sandy asked me that, and it sat in my gut. I was like, oh, I'm so used to being just energetic and positive and like uplifting. But this one like hit me because I had to think about it. Like, whoa.
And it's not that it's not energetic, or, I mean,
right.
Like, breaking news, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
That can happen at any moment. And so I think what really inspired this is just kind of thinking through, like, yeah, it's probably unrealistic. Gosh, I don't like the word unrealistic, but
I know you hate that word.
Why did I just say that word?
When I'm like, well, babe, let's think about this. Like, you got to be realistic here. She's like, don't ever say that to me.
Okay, but what I'm
again.
trying to say is living every single day. Like, if you're going to live another 75 years, saying that the next...
Might be challenging.
It could be challenging that for the next 75 years, you don't miss a day of living like it's your last day. But what you can do is every single day for the next 75 years is you can channel things that bring you joy. So even if you have a day that, like, maybe you're moving, or maybe you're like, I don't know, what's something that brings like dread? Like, moving is like a heavy one for me. Like, I don't like moving.
Moving, that's one.
Or
yeah,
like,
sure.
I don't know, like putting together furniture.
Going to the DMV's been one for me.
Yeah, like those are energy leaks that like we don't want. But maybe on the way to the DMV, you're freaking blasting your favorite Celine Dion song and like screaming at the top of your lungs, and it brings you so much joy. And that is like a moment that you like remember that gives you a feeling of happiness. And you're like, that vibe right there, that 3.5 minutes of blaring that song was something that I would do on my last day.
Yeah. And that was, Sandy and I were talking about this. So like when she first brought it up, I was like, whoa, I mean, how do we even speak to that? Like, and then I started to go into like, how do you possibly live every day as if it's your last? Like, would we be recording Getting Magnetic episodes on our very last day if we knew it was? I don't know, probably not. We absolutely love doing this, but then all these analytical run through my head. But then Sandy came back to, well, it's not about every day living in every single second as if it's your last, but on your last day, what are things you would do? Think about those things that bring you happiness and joy, whatever that is, family, your favorite walk around some part of your town, or whatever it is, like those, watching the sunrise or sunset, kissing your husband or wife, like whatever those things are that bring you just such joy. You're like, I would do that on my last day. Maybe just like implementing those into your day, into your week, into your month, implementing more of them and thinking, gosh, these are things I do on my last day. I got to start putting more of that into my life.
I'm going to walk you through my perfect last day.
Okay.
I would wake up somewhere tropical or like somewhere vacation vibey that's just like such an oasis and peaceful, like maybe Tulum or something. And I'd wake up, I'd take a bath. I'd had some like candles lit and like, I don't know, some like peaceful music, like maybe like Lauv or Lonnie, like that type of playlist going. And I would go out on the beach for like a early morning walk and like with my tea, and I would like have my feet in the sand, and if the water was warm, like maybe like a little bit of water on my feet. There would definitely be tacos in my day and skinny margaritas. And there'd be a lot of good loud music and dancing. Like, I don't know if it's a beach club or like what the vibe is. There might be a spin class. There's going to be an incredible yoga class with hands-on adjustments and a 90-minute massage. Also, I feel like on my last day, I am going to have like the perfect last day would be like with my family. Like at some point there's this gathering that is like nothing else in the world matters. It's just like laser focus on my sister and my brother and my dad and our babies and you and my just like extended family. And we're all just like living in the moment and laughing and cherishing these moments. Like it just, I want you to think through like what this last day would be like who is there? What does it feel like? What are things that bring you joy? What are things that bring you peace? What are things that fill your soul? And doing more of those things day to day, right? That's what I think.
I think that's it. Yeah. Wow. We thought about the question so differently. Like, like my brain just went to all that matters to me mainly. Wow. I feel like emotional about this, but is like being around the people, right? Like being around you and our families and our dearest friends and everyone, and just doing honestly anything, but probably some fun things, whatever that is, going to the beach, barbecuing, just like you said, being in the moment together. That is like all my brain could go to is like the people to be around. But then I started thinking,
I need
like
quiet time too. Like
yeah.
I would need to like a balanced day to me is like I need a little bit of quiet time.
Right.
It's not just like 24/7 people around me, like human stimulation at all times.
Right.
Like you need like a little bit of balance.
For sure. I'd probably meditate. I'd probably do some sort of endorphin kicking workout. I'd probably journal. I'd get really introspective, like what's inside? What do I want to like let out, release onto the page, whatever. But gosh, what would you guys do? Like, I think maybe pause and think about that today. Like, what does your last day look like? What are those things that are important to you?
And are you doing enough of them now? Like in your day-to-day life, in your weekly life, like in your monthly life, like when you reflect on like the last time you had an amazing family day, or the last time you did something that like brings you so much peace or calmness or excitement or like pure joy. When was the last time you felt those things? Do more of those things, right? Like live your life on purpose. Don't just let life happen to you. Like live it on purpose and live it in a way that brings like meaning and excitement.
I love that. Live your life on purpose. I think that's what it's all about. And it's we're all guilty of it. It's very easy, right, to get caught up in the day to day and day after day, and you realize months, years, decade later, you're like, gosh, was I intentional with my life, with my time, was it purposeful? And it's just, we need these moments to just recapture our sense of that, of a purpose, and be like, you know what? No, I'm going to live more on purpose. So what does that look like to you? Just go implement it more.
Would love to hear from you guys. Share with us. Let us know. And as always, if you get anything out of hearing our episodes, we would love to hear from you. Write us a review, give us a 5-star rating, share it with a friend. Like, who needs to hear this? Who would be really inspired by this message? Ultimately, this podcast continues to thrive because of you, because of your loyal listening, because of your support. So we're so thankful. Thank you for being a part of the Getting Magnetic community. And we're sending you lots of love and light.
Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.